here is what you will need for scrunchie making. You'll need scissors, measuring tape, elastic, some pins, needle and thread, and you will also need a safety pin, which is really important. And of course you'll need fabrics. So you want to get your fabric, and here I'm just making sure I cut a big enough piece that I can use to measure up the size that I want for my scrunchie. So as you can see, I've cut my piece. Now you want to flip it over, and this is where the measuring happens and where we mark the fabric, because you don't want to mark it on the side that will be seen. So you want to measure it lengthways 18 inches. So I'm just laying that flat down, and I'm marking from the 0 to the 18, and I'm just creating a straight edge here. So from those 2 marks that I just created, I'm just drawing a line down, connecting them, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just want a straight edge here. So now that I've marked that, I can cut it and have my straight edge. Alrighty, so width, you want it 4 inches. So I put multiple marks along the whole thing so that by the end of it I can like line the marks up and draw a straight line, if that makes sense. You'll see in a minute anyway, but yeah. So yeah, see all those dots across there? Then I can just line it up real easy and get a straight line. So yeah, put my ruler on there, and there she goes. There she blows. You gotta feel me. And then you just, of course, want to cut across that line. So hopefully after this you should have your piece of fabric 18 by 4 inches, and I'm just cutting the edges because they're very jagged and I want them straight. Alrighty, so now that you have that, you want to flip it back the right way, and then you want to fold, make as many as you like. You want to take that and you want to fold it in half, and you want to sew across, you want to sew it together across the edge. So I've pinned it down, and now I will sew the edge together. Alrighty, now that that's done, you can remove the pins. Okay, so now you want to take your fabric and you want to begin to turn it inside out. Now this part can be like really fiddly, but you'll be able to do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So now you should have your piece looking like this. And now you want to sew the 2 edges together, but you only want to sew half of it, okay? So it's still like open, if that makes sense. Now you can choose to do this by hand or on the sewing machine. I ended up doing it by hand because it was just too fiddly and the pieces wouldn't hold together. I mean, I could have pinned it, but it was a struggle. Anyway, I just did it by hand, and yes. Also, once you've sewn it, don't cut the string. You want to leave it. So leave the string attached and the pin like that. So see, hopefully you should have half of it sewed. Very good. Okay, so next you want to get your elastic and you want to measure that 8 inches. I ended up, as I was making more and more scrunchies, I ended up measuring it for less because I felt like the scrunchie wasn't tight enough or it wasn't like scrunched up enough. So yeah, you can just do what you please. So now you want to take a bit of elastic and you want to take your safety pin and you want to pin that through one end of the elastic. Now this is important for being able to thread your elastic through your material because it helps so much. Otherwise it's going to be really hard and you're going to struggle and you're going to get frustrated. So yeah, this is like what it helps. This is what helps. Okay, so once that's done, you want to thread, oh my god, it got caught. You want to thread your elastic through the opening all the way through except for the very end. You want to hold on to the end piece and you do not want to let it go, okay? Otherwise you're going to get frustrated, you're going to cry, it's going to be a sad day. Yeah, hold on to that piece. Alright, so this can be quite fiddly, but you'll get the hang of it. So basically you're trying to thread that pin all the way through. So I just did it like bit by bit. So you kind of like scrunch the material over the pin and then pull the pin up a little bit, like bit by bit. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but hopefully you'll get it. And yeah, so that just threads the elastic through. Alrighty, so you should see the pin through the other side of the hole. Ta-da! And then you want to take those two ends of the elastic and you want to sew them together. You can do this by hand or on the sewing machine. Once again, it's your preference, whatever's easier for you. But yeah, you just want to sew it together and make sure that it won't come undone. Otherwise, you'll have a snapped hair tie and that will be sad because you'll have to open it and redo it. So yeah, as you can see, that is nice and sewed up. Now, with your pin and your needle and thread that you left, you can continue to sew up the scrunchie. So there you go guys, that's a scrunchie completed and you can make as many as you like.